Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
OTA Live is the name of the show, man. Ty Harper, Res Digital hanging out. You know the deal. Usually we put down the unauthorized biography at this time of the evening. But tonight, man, special edition of OTA Talk. One and only Buckshot, Boot Camp Click hanging out, man. What up?
Right here, OTA all the way from BK, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. Like, over the last, couple of months, we've been blessed with, great people, man.
Yeah.
From Q-Tip, Ali,
Hank Shockley,
wow. Yeah. Primo, man.
Yeah.
It's just been little brother.
Yeah.
So, man, to have you here, and you've been here many times. So to actually be able to sit down with you is a beautiful thing, man. And we're gonna just really sit back and just talk about some things, and hopefully you will oblige us.
Man, we here, man. Duck
Big
down
shout
2000
to
right now,
and his brother as well
Drew
too.
High, no high, you know what I'm saying? In effect, we here. Y'all know how we do when we come out. It's really going down. So.
Now let's take it back a little bit. Did Buck ever have plans outside of hip hop, like before hip hop? Was your career path ever on something a little bit different?
When I was around 8 years old, I shot a commercial with the video camera, sort of like the ones that we got right here with a godmother of mine. So I always had a energy and a vibe to be into film or TV or entertainment or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of always knew that that's where I was going, you know what I'm saying? And music just took me there later. But I always knew that just being an entertainer was what I wanted to do.
Was what you wanted to do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, can you remember the first verse you ever spit before Black Moon?
Brother steps into a party, 45 on his side and a bottle of Bacardi. That was I remember my very first verse, but it's real explicit, and that was kind of my first rhyme ever. It was written like late 80s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Late 80s, yeah. Because I was influenced by all the greatest, you know, Rakim.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? KRS-One.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane, you know, Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? And Special Ed. Like, these were people that influenced my life and my lyrical flow and content and style.
Yeah.
Just everything.
So Black Moon, the three of you guys, so including Mr. Wall, obviously, from Beat Miners, how did you guys come together?
Well, we were all friends in high school, you know what I'm saying? I didn't actually go to the same high school as Evil D and 5FT, but we were all friends during that high school era, during that high school time.
Yeah.
I knew 5FT, and then a friend of mine had gotten into some trouble, and 5FT brought me to Evil D and brought me to Evil D and Mr. Walt, who's his brother, and said, yo, you know, we have a movement called Black Moon, let's move. And we all just formed a group at that point in time and said, all right, come on, let's do it. And then from there, it's just been, you know, Evil D always been in the crib, always on the beats, you know, and me and Five on the lyrics.
How long was it before you guys actually formed a group to getting signed with Nervous?
Probably about 2 years.
Yeah.
About 2 years. We went through 2 years of straight no, get out of here, kick rocks, no way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We went through about 2 years of that. And then we just kept it going. We just kept it moving. That's why when people say don't stop what you're doing and don't quit, that always sound like just something people say.
Yeah.
But it's so true.
Yeah.
Really is true. Don't stop what you're doing, because it could happen at the 39th second.
It's the truth, man.
Yeah.
A lot of things that people talk about during interviews are the usual basics, but I know there's a lot of MCs that really appreciate what you've done and study what you have done from the very beginning. Now, I know for me, I remember Who Got the Props, and I remember I Got You Open the remix.
Right.
And I remember the change in your delivery. What was going on between, obviously, the album dropping till then that changed that for you?
That's something that even to this very day, I really cannot give you or explain.
Yeah.
I mean, really to this very day, for me personally, it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was during the time when, hip hop was real cinematic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was real hopping and jumping and everything.
Yeah.
And at I Got You Open, when that came out, it was real melodic. And it flowed real slow.
Yeah. And the metaphysical, just everything.
Everything was just real melodic. Again, you know what I'm saying? Real slow flow, real Midnight Marauders. You know, and I think that I was kind of nervous about that at first. Obviously, I didn't think people was going to adapt to that or even deal with that. you know, me and Drew had that conversation, you know what I'm saying, the night that we did it, you know what I'm saying, and Drew said, yo, just do it. And I was like, you know, I was nervous, but I did it, and people, you know, they adapted to it.
Dude, the video, man, like, for what that did at the time,
Yeah.
got everybody going like this. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could just be honest. Like, you know, as a kid coming up and seeing, like,
That's what's
just
up. That's what's
that
up.
moment was really a great thing, and that's what hip hop was in the '90s, man.
What's up. That's what's up. I mean, that was a hard era. That was a real hard era for us, especially for Duck Down. I mean, you know, think about it. Nervous Records was the first label that we was on. We didn't have Duck Down, the records company wasn't in existence. Okay, it was Duck Down Management, and we came out during the time when people like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and so many other artists, you know what I'm saying, was really mashing it. Like, they was big.
Yeah.
And they were on major labels, you know, which is a whole machine and a whole system. And here comes Duck Down. Here comes Buckshot, Drew High, you know, Black Moon, Smith & Wesson, a band of small individuals from Brooklyn, New York City. And we got we was independent, but got major respect and acknowledgement.
That's a testament to the music, man.
For sure, man. You've spoken many times about the hustle being a part of you almost before you were an MC.
Yeah. Definitely.
How did that, and you talk about how that hustle and the drive is what got your foot in the door.
Definitely.
I can't remember what you said, how you started off. I think it was interning.
Yeah,
And then from there, everything opening up.
Yep.
Now, looking at the hustle today, is it harder now, do you think? Was it easier back then?
It's
comparable?
It's still the same. It's just, I mean, it has evolved, but in the sense of looking at it as a new kid coming up, it's pretty much the same opportunity for him. You understand? I take pride in the fact that I grew up on the Ave of all Avs, and I've been to mad different boroughs and grew up in mad different projects and PJs and everywhere. I am that dude from the block in the hood. They give me that respect because it's real. But I never sold krills, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't never that dude. Not to say that I down those dudes because they all around me, but I personally was just another example of, yeah, you can grow up in the hood, have this attitude, vibe, and all that, but you don't have to sell krills or sell drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
I personally sold incense, oils, jewelry, you know, costume jewelry to women. I sold whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was legal, rather. You know what I'm saying? And could get my foot closer to where I need to be at, which was the area, you know what I'm saying, the capital. And that was like the village. And that's where I used to hang out at all the time.